Today's disability benefit tip is always disclose your long-term disability policy if you have filed for bankruptcy. Now, Caesar, unfortunately, there is sometimes a relationship between bankruptcy and someone who files for long-term disability due to the reduction in their income, which obviously has a huge financial impact on a lot of claimants. But people don't necessarily realize that a long-term disability policy is considered an asset. So what are the requirements in terms of if you are filing a bankruptcy with regard to long-term disability policy, and what happens if someone doesn't disclose their long-term disability policy?
Yeah. Well, when you're filing for bankruptcy, okay, you typically are using an attorney, a bankruptcy attorney, to help you with that filing. And if you're not, it's really kind of important that you do, because this is a complex process and you want to make sure you do it right. But basically what happens is that when you do that bankruptcy filing, they're going to ask you in those forms what assets you have, what potential income you have that would be coming in down the line. And one of those things that they ask about is disability insurance and insurance in general. So if, when you're filling out that form, if you leave out that you have a disability insurance policy, even if you haven't made a claim yet, down the road when you file that disability claim, the disability carrier could potentially say, you didn't disclose our disability insurance in that bankruptcy form, and we're going to basically assert what's called judicial estoppel, which is going to prevent the claimant from pursuing their disability claim. They're going to say you're being inconsistent with the court and you're being inconsistent with us because you haven't disclosed that you have us as an asset and as a form of income, and you're telling us that you're disabled and deserve benefits, so you can't have it both ways. So the courts have pretty consistently ruled that if you don't disclose your disability insurance in that bankruptcy filing, that you're going to be judicially stopped from filing a disability claim and pursuing it.
And when you say judicially stopped, does that mean temporarily, permanently? How long until the person can file again?
It would be permanent, okay? What may happen is you may end up in a dispute in court and you're asserting that you didn't know or that your attorney didn't know. These defenses often do not work, okay? So that's how important it is to be consistent and to accurately complete those forms.
And so that's the reason why we see the question often in the claimant statement that says, have you filed for bankruptcy?
That's right.
And then the other thing about the bankruptcy being in that statement is that a claimant who files for bankruptcy then has to have all of this disclosure to the disability insurance company. And sometimes a claimant should be aware that the disability insurance company is likely going to reach out for that file as well and see all of the stuff that's in there.
Absolutely. And sometimes you have testimony that you're presenting in your bankruptcy case, where the court wants to hear from you, or you might have some deposition that's conducted depending on what's going on in that bankruptcy. So it's really important that everything that you present, whether it's in court or to the insurance company, is always the truth and always consistent.
It's always that's such a strange law that the law is like that, because usually disability insurance benefits are not attachable by creditors. Yet there's such a bad penalty if you don't disclose it. So we're not bankruptcy lawyers, but we've been on the side where our clients have not disclosed it, and we learned the hard way 15 years ago when someone didn't disclose it and then their disability claim went away.
Right.
So if you have a long-term disability insurance claim, no matter what stage you're at, feel free to contact myself, Caesar, or any of our disability lawyers. We'll always provide you with an initial free consultation. You can easily contact us by calling the phone number below or submitting a free consultation request on our website. We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the link below. We're always putting out these helpful disability tip videos. We have hundreds of disability videos that you can review that are specific to your disability company, your medical condition, or your occupation. We believe that you will find these videos helpful because the more you know about this disability insurance claims process, the better position you're going to be in to secure your benefits. So if we can help you to protect your benefits in the future, we'd love the opportunity to do so, and we look forward to helping you.